The simulation table will consist of repetitions, inputs, and responses. Okay, today we'll discuss the problems regarding the simulation of queuing system problems. So first here we learn what is queuing system. Okay, usually the queuing system is described by its calling population. Okay, you can see in this diagram, a queuing system will be described by using the calling population and nature of its arrivals. Okay, uh, how the customer arrived to the system depends on that. We will be describing the queuing system and service mechanism. How once the customer arrived to the system, how the customer has been served. Okay, that depends on, depending on that, the queuing system will be described. Not only that, and the system capacity. Okay, and queuing discipline. The depending on all these things, we will be describing the queuing system. You can see here in this diagram, this is the calling population and waiting line. And from the calling population, people will go to waiting line. If waiting line is empty, directly the customer will join to the server for to get his work done. Okay, that is queuing system. Here in this single channel queue, the calling population is infinite. Okay, they can have n number of people. Okay, if a unit leaves the calling population, it joins the waiting line. Okay, if leaves the calling population, the customer will join the waiting line. Okay, and or it enters directly to the server, because if the waiting queue is empty, he doesn't need to wait for anything. He can directly join to the server. Okay, and there is no change in the arrival rate or units that may be needed to service. Okay, and arrivals of service occurs one at a time in the random fashion. Okay, arrival will occur one at a time in the random fashion. They join the waiting line. Okay, if waiting line, if someone is already waiting in the queue, the other person also will join the waiting line for to get service done by the server. Okay, and the system capacity also no limit in the single channel queuing system. Okay, and here once the customers are served in the order of their arrivals. That means first come, first serve. Whoever will come to the queue first, that customer will get served first in the single queuing system. Okay, it's just a queue. Okay, single queue. You need to assume that to execute some job, the customers will be waiting in the queue one after the other. The system will be executing the customers jobs. Okay, and here we need to remember few terms like state of the system. That is, state of the system is the number of units in the system and the status of the server, whether it is the busy or idle. System can be in two states. One is busy state or idle state. When the system will be busy state, if customer is inside the system will be in busy state. If there is no customers waiting for the system, no customer is arrived for the service, that time the system be in ideal state. Okay, and here one more term called event. Event means is a set of circumstances that cause an instantaneous change in the state of the system. Okay, some circumstances which will cause the system to change its state. Okay, that is called an event. Here we have two types of events. One is arrival event, other one is departure event. Okay, arrival event is nothing but the entry of unit to the system. Entry of, we can say, entry of customer to the system is called arrival event. And departure event means completion, after completion of service, the customer leaves the system, is called departure event. And one more term here we need to remember is system clock. Okay, a system clock is used to track the simulation time. Okay, to track the simulation time, we will be using the simulation clock will be used here. Okay, we'll see we how the flow diagram, using flow diagram, we'll see service just completed flow diagram. What will happen once the customer is done with the service, then what event will occur that time? Departure event will occur. Okay, customer came to the system, he completed his service, then departure event occurs. If departure event occurs, it will check whether another unit is waiting in the queue or not. Okay, if no other customer is waiting in the queue, means then the begin server idle time. Okay, server will start idle time. Okay, if someone is waiting in the waiting queue for the service done by the system, that is yes, then remove the waiting unit from the queue and then begin servicing that unit. Excuse me. Remove the person who is waiting in the service queue and assign him the system to get serviced. Okay, this is the flow diagram for service just completed. Excuse me. Next we'll see flow diagram for arrival. If the customer, if the event is arrival event, okay, arrival event will check whether the server is busy. When the customer arrives to the system, we'll check whether the server is busy to get to do service for the customer. Okay, if server is busy, then units enter into the queue for the service. Okay, usually if the system is busy, if customer comes to the bank, you just think, if the bank is all the bank uh, persons are busy, that time automatically the customer will enter into the queue and wait for his turn to come get it served. Okay, if server is busy, customer will enter into the waiting queue. Okay, if server is not busy, then that unit will enters for the service. The customer will directly go to the teller and he start his work. Okay, he will start with, he will start his services will be done by the server. Okay, understood, right? This is the arrival event. We have two events in this queuing system. One is departure event, other one is arrival event. If it is arrival event, we need to check whether the server is busy. Okay, if it is yes, the customer will enter to the queue. If the server is not busy, then customer will enter into the service, enter into the system for the service. Okay, whereas in departure event, we'll check whether any other is waiting in the waiting queue or not. If no one is waiting in the waiting queue, the server will go to idle state. Else, it will if someone is waiting in the waiting queue, then remove the unit from the waiting queue. That means remove the customer from the waiting queue and begin servicing the customer. Okay, this is the two events. Okay, next one more thing. Potential unit actions upon arrivals. We'll just see. See here, we have the queue status will be having two status of queue will have two states. One is not empty state, empty state. Not empty state means what? It is queue is full. Okay, empty state is no one is there in the queue. Okay, and for server we have again two status. One is busy state and idle state. Okay, if server is busy and queue is not empty, that time the person who comes for the service, he will enter the queue. Understanding, right? And if server is busy and queue is empty, that time also the person will be enters the queue itself. Okay, if server is idle, the queue is not empty. Alright, that means someone is there. Okay, that time that situation is impossible situation. Server is idle queue is not empty. That means why the people will just wait if server is idle. So that situation is impossible situation. There will be no such situation will occur. When the server is idle, queue is empty. What will happen? The customer will enter for the service. Okay, server is free and there is no one in the queue also. When the customer comes, immediately he will get the system for service. Okay, that is enter for the service. Here we have some other situation. The server outcomes after service completion. Okay, after service completion, what will happen? If queue is having two states, that is not empty state and empty state. Server outcomes are server is also having two states, busy state and idle state. If he completed the service, that time server is busy, it is queue is empty. That is impossible state here. If server is idle and queue is not empty, that is also impossible state here. Okay, these are the two possible states. See these calculations with the problem. You take down the question. Using single channel queuing system. Take down the problem. We'll solve it. You solve the problem with me so that you can remember the things. Okay, if you just listen when I am solving the problem, it's after while listening it you will understand everything. After some time you will forget how this value has come, from where this value has come, like that doubts you will get it later. Okay, take down the problem. Single channel queuing system problem. First problem: a grocery store has a grocery store has one checkout counter. A grocery store has one checkout counter. Customer arrives at this checkout counter. Customer arrives at this checkout counter. Customer arrives at this checkout counter at random from 1 to 8 minutes apart. At random from 1 to 8 minutes apart. At random from 1 to 8 minutes apart. And each interarrival time has the same probability of occurrence. And each interarrival time has the same probability of occurrence. The service time may vary from 1 to 6 minutes. Service time may vary from 1 to 6 minutes with the probability given below. Take down this table. Service time in minutes and probability. Service time in minutes and probability. Here the service times are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Service times are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The probabilities are 0.10. Probabilities are 0.10, 0.20, 0.30, 0.25, 0.25, 0.10, 0.05. Then write this table. Take down this. Next, use the following sequence for random numbers. Use the following sequence for random numbers. Use the following sequence for random numbers. Here, take down this table. Random digits for arrival, random digits for service time. First row, random digits for arrival. Next row, random digits for service time. Random digits for arrival is 913, 727, 15, 948, 309, 922. 922. This is the random digits for arrival. Next row, random digits for service time. It is 84, 10, 74, 53, 17, 19. Okay, copy this table. Yeah. Next, take down. Simulate the arrival of 6 customers. Simulate the arrival of 6 customers and calculate average waiting time and calculate average waiting time for a customer. Average waiting time for a customer. This is first question. Next question. Probability that a customer has to wait. Probability that a customer has to wait. Next question. Probability of a server being idle. Probability of a server being idle. Next question. Average service time. Average service time. Next question. Average time between arrival. Average time between arrival. Okay. This is the question. You read the question carefully. They are telling that a grocery store has one checkout counter. That means it is a single channel queuing system. Only one counter is there. Okay, a grocery store is having only one customer desk or something, checkout counter. Okay, billing counter. A grocery store is having only one billing counter using. Okay, and customers arrives at this checkout counter at random from 1 to 8 minutes apart. Okay, randomly the customers will arrives to the counter at 1 to 8 minutes apart. Okay, and each inter-arrival time has the same probability of occurrence. Okay, inter-arrival time will be having same probability of occurrence, and the service time may vary from 1 to 6 minutes. Okay, service time will be different from 1 to 6 minutes for each customer. Okay, with probability given below. Here the probability of service it is given here, and then random digits for arrivals is given, random digits for service time is given, and they are asking us to calculate the average waiting time for the customer and probability that the customer has to wait and probability of a server being idle and average service time and average time between arrivals they are asking us to calculate.